Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean. Please welcome my very special co-host, Joan, Wisdom Seeker Joan.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Jean. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, Joan, and thanks for being here. And you all notice today is Magic Monday, but our sweet Terry Suzuki is not here. She is traveling, and she'll be back again in a few weeks. And we're going to be holding down the fort. So we will all miss her, I'm sure. So I'd like to say hello to everybody who's in the chat. I see Craig Dixon is here, Angelia is here, Cher Bear is here. So nice. And Play Love Remember is here. So nice to see everybody. So, Joan, we have a big week coming up this week. This is the week of our clairvoyance class. And if I could just pop that up while we're allowing for people to come in, this is our clairvoyance class, everybody. And we will be sharing, uh, you can take the clairvoyance class to learn how to connect with and strengthen your clairvoyance. So if you're a beginner, it's very beginner friendly. And if you are not a beginner, all levels are welcome. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's Saturday, April 19th, and it's 12 noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be Joan and I. We have a wonderful uh, amount of people coming in and going to be joining us. It's going to be lots of fun. We're looking forward to it. It's not going to be too much, ruler kind of teaching. It's going to be lots of fun. A little bit of teaching, a little bit of fun, a little bit of teaching, a little bit of fun. So I think everybody's going to enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to it. And I just think that Jean is such a great teacher, and you've organized this in a way that is just that, to a little bit of information, and then let's practice it, and let's just move right along. And I think, as you were saying, whether you're a beginner or an old hand at this, there's some really nice exercises that can help everybody in this. I'm looking forward to it.
I enjoy the exercises too. I enjoyed them. And I put in the chat the link to where to contact us. And I just wanted to remind, I keep forgetting when I read that it is only $20 for this class. And it's a clairvoyance class. And it's this Saturday, the 19th, 12 Pacific and 3 Eastern. So thank you all.
And it's a 2-hour class. Is that right?
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Thank you.
And so you can come and do the class, and then if you go to a family gathering on Sunday, you can kind of share all this with all the people around the table and get everybody working together. It'll be a new family activity.
That's lots of fun. Lots of fun. I see Nancy Smith is here and Swampy 63. Akila B is here in the house. And Nancy Smith, I see your reading or your request. Thank you very much. We really appreciate those caps, everybody.
Yeah.
Carol Berner is here. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Are you ready, Joan?
I am.
So Nancy says, can I get a reading from my spirit guides? Wonderful. The first one takes a minute, you guys, so just give us a minute. And if you're ready first, Joan, you can go right ahead.
Yeah, it's taking me a little bit too here. Nancy, when I tuned in, I saw a heart, big red heart, and it had a little bit of a crack in it and then a Band-Aid over it. So I don't know if something or someone kind of hurt your heart recently, but things are healing up. And when I went to the car, and then I saw the heart sprouted wings, sort of like Red Bull has, and it flew off. So it's like there might have been something that happened. It hurt, but now you're over it and you're moving on your way, which is a very adult thing to do. And it seemed like that happened in kind of like you were able to cope with it and then move on in a fairly short amount of time. And then when I pick cards, it's like, yeah, there might have been some disagreement or conflict or something like that with this Five of Wands. But again, with the wands, there's new growth there. So it may have been like a little learning opportunity, and you've gotten through that and moved on. And when I got to the angel deck, I got the Archangel Raziel, who says learn, change, and grow. So maybe again, this might have been a bit of a growth experience. I hope that. Oh, and you've been having chest pains. Okay, well, maybe it was more about that. And if that's the case, um, I saw a Band-Aid on it and then it flying off. So maybe get to the place, maybe consult a doctor and they can put the Band-Aid on your heart so it can fly away happily. How about you, Jean?
Wonderful, Joan. So, Nancy, I was getting something very similar to what Joan said. The first words I received was worry about family. And I feel like there's somebody in the family that is has either an ordeal or a situation that you're either worried about or very worried about. And the information that came through was let them find their way on their journey. It's hard to watch our loved ones go through things and feel, unable to sway them or convince them or let them know what they're heading for. Or I feel like there's some hurt feelings, there's some arguments, and it's really hurting your heart. And this is what I felt, that heart that Joan was saying, that you're I do feel like there was a verbal argument, and that it was like a misunderstanding, or um, and it's really difficult to consider. Oh, you're waiting for your testing for your heart. That's good. Well, and sometimes it's not only for the physical energy around your heart, but it's also the emotional. And this is where we carry our grief, we carry our disappointment, we carry our betrayal is in the heart space. And you want to make sure that you process and let go and understand that others are on their own spiritual journey, and there's only so much that we can do in order to make them change their minds. And it is difficult, but it's important to let that go and allow and pray that your angels and guides assist them, and trust that they're in the hands of their angels and guides. It doesn't make it any easier to watch things occur. So I don't know. It could even have been something in the past, but the sooner that we can process those types of feelings, the sooner we can have a feeling, a little bit of a lifted feeling on our heart. But that's amazing that you got that right away, Joan. The heart with the bandage around it, and it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be both.
Yeah. All the best, Nancy.
Yeah. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you. Oops, I thought I undid that one. Okay. All right. So Shaunasea is here. Hi, Shaunasea. So nice to see you. And she says, can I have a message about relationships? Can you just clarify, um, is this a significant other, and or a potential, or like a like that kind of a relationship? Because it could be a mother relationship, a child relationship,
Mm-hmm.
a neighbor relationship. If you could just give us a little more detail.
Yeah. Is this a romantic? Just start. Oops. Yes, just starting. Okay, so it
Ah,
sounds like a romantic relationship with a new person. Okay, that's funny. I'm seeing a triangle. I'm seeing like the old dinner bell, like an old where like a triangle or in a band. I and it's hitting all three sides. Are there three people in this relationship? Is there someone this other person is still seeing, or have you not, are you not exclusive, or is this person thinking about someone else or hasn't quite let go of the past person? Let's see if my cards are giving me any. Okay. The Archangel of Radiance says, raise your standards. And with those two things together, you might want to do a little bit of exploring. I also got the Page of Cups. So this is, this person might come off as younger and a little, maybe not as serious as you would like to have. So just be, take this for what it's worth, but maybe don't give your whole heart quite yet. Kind of take this. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing someone walking out, wading out into the water. You don't want to dive in fully into the waves quite yet and fully commit, but just kind of wade in up to your, above your kneecaps and everything, and get the feel of things before you totally commit to this. That's my feeling. How about you, Jean?
Good job, Joan. Good job. So I just want to show everybody that she said that the relationship is just starting. It's a man, and his name is Charles. And when Joan said a triangle, she said, "I wondered that
Okay.
she had something was telling her, or she had a little bit of a suspicion about a third party." And she says it feels very karmic. And so she says, "Thank you, Joan." And so I just want to tap in and um, you know, Charles uh, it's not, I mean, if he loved this other um, interest in his life, he would be with her. If he really wanted to be with her, he would have been with her by now. Men like to be comfortable and have stake their claim. I feel like he may have an interest or a obligation or a history, but it's not where he wants to end up. That's why he's not there. That's why he's still single. Uh, so with you coming into the mix, and this other energy could be like um, a friend of the family, somebody who's like close, and it's convenient. Like every time they go to barbecue, she's there. He likes to hang out with her, but he's really not like head over heels, or else he would be like dating her and going out with her. But she's almost like convenient. Like he likes to see her. She's nice to talk to, but like it's just and with I would be a little open with the communication, open with your expectations, and um, ask him if he's looking to if he's on the dating market, or if he's on the market, or if he's been dating lately or something. I would be transparent and clear. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that in this day and age, that if you could say like I've always thought we would end up together. What about you? Have you ever thought about that? I've always thought we would end up together. I've always felt like we had a very strong connection, and you'd be the type I would be able to settle down with. Something like this to let him know that this is you in your thought process and in your thoughts and desires. Um, but like Joan said, don't say, "Do you love me?" Or I know you're not going to do that, but don't give yourself all the way. Just keep it measured. And I feel like it might take him some time to work up to that. It's not courage. It's just he needs to be sure about his feelings. But I think all those memories and all those feelings and all that familiar, all that comfort will come back. And I think it eventually, you might have to take it slow with this guy. This guy, I feel like he's been hurt before and he doesn't want to jump into anything. But I feel like, I think it's going to take a little time. Maybe I'm thinking like 18 months. And I'm not saying to start, but just to get him to the place where he knows that that's where he wants to be. Um, and actions speak louder than words with this guy. I don't think that he's going to say to you, I love hanging around you. I'm so glad you're back. But his actions and when he shows up and what he shows up wearing and how clean shaven he is, these things are going to tell you. Um, and the more you can say, I appreciate the effort, or you look really nice tonight, or encourage him and give him that feedback because he's a little tendent. He's I don't know what I'm trying to say. He has hesitancy. So you may need to encourage him and validate his actions. But good for you, Shaughnessy, and have lots of fun. Enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Wonderful. So I see Nancy is here. Hi, Nancy. And Anita K is here. So nice to see you. Sherry Luke. Hi, Sherry. Nice to see you. Yep. Nice to see everybody. Okay. Hi, Angelia. I see you. All right. So Nancy Ray says, would love a message from Spirit, please. And then after Nancy Ray, I'll get to Angelia. And then I'll start calling out the next ones coming in so that you guys know. So, Joan, do you want to go first?
Sure. I'm just kind of, okay, getting the message here.
No rush, only if you're ready.
Yeah. Nancy, when I tuned in to you, the first thing I heard was the sky's the limit. And then I kind of saw you up in the clouds, beautiful, puffy blue sky and puffy white clouds, and you were looking down on the earth. And then I was hearing, get the big picture, stay above the fray. So, and this made me think of just about like with things that are going on in the world today. I've been describing the way I'm looking at things as being in a hot air balloon, like close enough to the surface to see what's going on, but not right down in the midst of it. And so I don't know if it's about that or about something else that you need to to zoom out and get the big picture on. Let's see, Spirit, can you tell me? But whatever it is, there's a new beginning, and it might be a new beginning in matters of the heart or about something that you really love and care about. And then it's a matter of discernment. Discernment and fortitude are what this little woodpecker is about. And to kind of find a new rhythm. So maybe there's a change coming, and okay, you're getting a bigger picture, you're seeing things from a higher perspective. you're starting something new, and you're using your discernment to kind of start a new approach to it. And there might be, and this one is Archangel Cassiel, who's saying face, fear, and rise. So this, this change in approach, it could be a subtle change in approach, but it can be any kind of change is kind of scary. And these are scary times too. So I think they're also saying, yeah, rise above it all. But if you actually see something, if you're getting a fear response, just face it and then rise above it. So it's not like not an admonition to just rise above and be oblivious to what's happening in your life or what lessons are being presented to you, but get the big picture and then figure out using your woodpecker discernment to see what it is and then face it head on. I hope that makes always look at the big picture. She said, yes, that makes sense. I hope that was helpful somewhat. How about you, Jean?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well done, Joan. So what I got something a little bit different for you, Miss Nancy. I felt a energy around you, a loved one, a presence around you. And I couldn't get it. So let me just describe. It's either an aunt or an older sister or a best friend. And I feel like you're missing your friends and or this best friend. And it could have been an aunt that you were very connected with, that you clicked with, an older sister, somebody who was almost like not a mentor, but somebody who you looked up to, who got you. And almost like when you looked into their eyes, they would validate who you were back. And I feel like now you're kind of like looking around for that validation, like, who am I? And or you may be doing some soul searching, saying, who am I? What has brought me to this point in my life? What is it? Where is it that I'm going to be focusing on moving forward? And this is the energies of the time right now, with the readjustment of where am I heading? What is my life, the meaning of my life right now, and what will my future hold? And it is, I find that a lot of people are at this point because we're almost being forced to take a look at ourselves and what is really important. And I found this, I don't usually bring it up, but I found this, a lot of people did some soul searching around the COVID time, and that there was such a shock and such a readjustment and such um, a, a uncertainty that was placed upon us, that we all had to do some soul searching. And I feel that again, we all are in a position that so much uncertainty is around us, that and we need to do some soul searching. But I feel like there may have been somebody who you were closer with, who validated who you were, that may not be around anymore. Um, Still soul searching for meaning. Okay. So was there a older sister or a best friend or aunt that had passed away on the other side that might be coming in to help you? And if not, you have a wonderful spirit guide coming in that wants to validate you, wants to let you know that you matter, that you make a difference, and that you are enough. It's like somebody who was able to reassure you. And I like that there's a saying, like, friends, they're your friends when they sing you the song to your own song. They remind you of the words of your own song or something like that. Oh, you were raised by
Oh,
two ants. Oh,
wow.
I I feel like I'm getting chills. If they're both on the other side, do you feel like they're your friend or your best friend or aunt or older sister? Like, this is the energy I'm feeling. And they were it obviously important and integral part of your life, but they just want to send you reassurance and give you their love and let you know that you are enough and that you're on the right track. Yep, play love. See, play. You got the chills too. We call those truth bumps.
Yes.
Truth bumps. I'm still getting chills. Nancy, I'm thinking I'm thinking it's them. I am. And you just asked for a spirit guide message, but I was getting that. So
Cool.
lovely. Well, thank you very much, Nancy. And I hope that was helpful. And I said, oh, Angelia. Okay. Angelia's next. After Angelia, Craig Dixon, if you're still here, or Carol Berner, if you're still here. Craig or Carol?
Okay, Angelia.
She says, general reading from my spirit guides. They want you to know that you're smarter than you think, and that what you think and feel and sense is true. Believe in yourself, and I feel like you have had experiences. You are clairvoyant or clairsentient, or you have abilities and desires and wants. You're really smart cookie, and they're saying that to believe the things that you not as suspicious of, but that you are like the signs and synchronicities, and you sort of like say, maybe yes, maybe no. They're saying, take it in. Take it in. This is really important because more and more synchronicity is going to be coming into all of our lives. And the more we all learn to work with it and to engage with the energy and the support that's around us, the more enchanting and miraculous our life is just blessed with these extra support around us. And this is what they want to let us know, is that there is support around us. So but good for you, Angelia. I got you right away, girl. You're not fooling anybody. You got it. You got what's going on, I can tell.
When I tuned into you, Angelia, I got, at first it looked like someone like a skate. It was something that was moving forward fast, and at first it looked like an ice skate, and then it turned into a bobsled, like when you're watching them in the Olympics and they go down really, really fast, and it's like moving forward really quickly, but it's also pretty safe. It's like you, with a little bit of a bit of a push. Then I heard safe at high speeds. Like whatever you're doing, you are able to handle and navigate the corners really easily, because you're in this place, like the bobsled track, where you go up a little, down a little, and it to the average person it would be terrifying, but because they're going so fast. But there's something about it that you have the experience to navigate things, maybe changes in life or whatever, and just take it with grace and really move through things smoothly. And that was the whole thing with the speed skater too. They're going really fast, and there's lots of strategy involved, but they can just do it with grace and ease. So I don't know if there's things coming up in your life that are going to call upon these skills, but they're saying you've got it, what it takes to get through it. And got the Page of Wands. That's the wands are about action, taking action and new growth and everything, and to take it with like a young person's attitude of, I can do this. I also got the Kingfisher, which is about prosperity, and have faith that you'll receive prosperity in perfect form. And then the Archangel Ariel came up to say, connect with nature. So that's, when you're speeding around the track or doing whatever, if you do need to ground yourself, take some time to be in nature too. I hope that made some sense to you. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Angelia, I would maybe suggest that you might consider getting a pendulum. I feel like you've really strong intuition and more And I don't, you probably already do work with some cards, I feel, either tarot cards or oracle cards, but use them and practice them and bring this in so that you have some sort of something to validate your feelings. So if you kind of have the feeling that a loved one is around, or if you have a feeling that the phone's going to ring and somebody calls you, pull some cards around it and say, was this intentional? Was this, and kind of investigate yourself and validate for yourself, because they want you to engage. And I see you seeing numbers, I see you seeing birds. You definitely, oh, yep, yep. She's been really working on herself and putting her garden out. Oh, good, good. And yes, she does have mad skills. See?
Yeah.
But she's probably saying she has cards too.
Maybe that's what
But
the bobsled track's all about, that you're moving fast. You're an
uh-huh.
expert.
Good for you, Angelia. And that's that nature. Joan said nature too, and that's what you're doing. So you're doing all the right stuff. But
Excellent.
okay, so it's Craig and then Carol B. Thank you, Angelia. It was fun.
Yes.
And Craig, did Craig? Yeah, he's here. Hi, Jean and Joan. May I have a message from my high school friend, Mary Alice Rodriguez? She passed shortly after high school. Is she well? I think about her now and then. Aw. I do feel like she is well. She is with the angels. She passed young and she's forever young. I do feel like there's family left behind. I don't know that you said right after high school. I don't think she had children. Maybe she had younger siblings that she looks after. And then her family may have had children that she looks after. It's almost like she's living vicariously through others and of all of their joys. And she wants to thank you for remembering her. And she said she knew you were special. She just thanks you for thinking of her. And I feel like she could also possibly be one of your soul family, because you still think about her to this day, that the connection and the friendship and the, even if it was just through school, there was something special that she still stayed with you all these years later. Mhm.
Beautiful. When I tuned in fact, before the show, I saw that you'd posted this. I was tuning in and I thought, well, that's odd. I got a pair of Mary Jane shoes like little girls would wear, and I saw the shoes and her ankles wearing like little frilly anklets. So I don't know if she was kind of like childlike and playful, even though you were talking about your high school years together. But she just seemed like she was sort of a fun, sort of young spirit, maybe. And now when I tuned in, I saw something that I can't make sense of. It looked like just a little piece, a little thin piece of wood. And I thought, well, is that like a reed from a woodwind instrument? Did she play saxophone or clarinet or something like that? Or was it more like a diving board? Or and anyhow, self-inflicted, but she was treated me so good. She was beautiful and honored to know her. I hope Clara doesn't mind me talking to her. I'm sure not. Clara had friends too. Um, so there was something about, I'm not quite sure about that, but I do get this playful nature to her and kind of childlike, and that she really enjoyed your friendship. And as far as cards, I got the Archangel Haniel, who said, trust your vibes. So you'll be able to, when she's around, when you think of her, just know that she's kind of around you and likes hanging out with you. And she also sent you the osprey feather. Your successes at hand allow abundance to flow. Oh, that's right. And I pulled this right after seeing, I saw her sometimes like she's sending you signs. And I saw it's like she was hanging little twinkle lights in the trees around you, just little sparkles that might not be, you would be able to see all the lines between them or anything, but it's like sometimes she's sending you messages that are sort of like seeing twinkle lights or a little a little light out of the corner of your eye, just to kind of decorate your life with and to let you know she's around.
I love that, Joan.
Yeah.
And Craig says, I'm better with her passing now. I'd like to know that too. Yeah. No, her too? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like the way you said that the flashing in the corner of your eye. And I don't know if anybody, it's like the peripheral vision. You're looking at something and you see something like a little flash and you go like this and there's nothing there. Know that that is what you're seeing. They can show up in our peripheral vision. And I think our peripheral can see different, can almost uh not see, but can perceive just a different dimension that is not here, right here, where we look at it, and but our peripheral has more energy or more density to it somehow. Um, but I love that the flash in the corner of the eye. I love that. Oh, geez. See, he says, I've seen
Okay.
flashes a few times. And she was a star. Wow.
Okay.
Wow,
That makes sense.
that's the twinkly lights.
Now, of course, if you see a flash of light or like a big flash of light or something that looks like a cloud of bees flying away, that might be retinal detachment. So be sure you check in with your eye doctor about that. But if it's just sort of something minor like that, yeah, I see those.
Anita says I see things all the time and look over and they're and over you'd have to look over and they're gone. Yeah, yeah. That's spirit does that for us for sure. I think Anita, did I read for you? I don't know. I'm thinking I missed you. So after Craig is Carol B, Carol Berner, and let me just look and see if I have. I don't know. It's hard. If you did, just put it back in again. Um, After Carol B is Sonia. So Carol Berner says, can I get a message from my cousin Mike? Oh, it takes a minute to switch.
Mm-hmm.
So, Carol, was your cousin Mike full figured? Like, you know, maybe just plus size, not just full figured. What do you call that? Husky, not thin and frail. Um, oh, did Carol say she was here? Oh yeah, here she. Oh, he is. He
Yeah.
is. So this is the mic that's coming through. Okay, thank you, Carol. And he's extending his gratefulness to you for caring so much about him. I feel like you not lost touch, but he was sort of busy and was not around the family for a while, and then he came back. And I feel like he had like an infection or something um, that never got better, or or maybe the infection damaged one of his um, organs that he never got better. Something he's telling me that he caught something or something caused um, him almost like how if you get a virus, then it can catch in your heart or something. But I don't know if that was it. But he's just saying that there was some sort of an infection or some sort of a um, what do you call those things? Environmental toxin is what
Ah,
he's telling me. Like if he worked at a gas station and all the exhaust, I don't know, something he's telling me. But he had a really big heart. I feel like he was a little bit of a loner, but he liked to laugh. He was cordial and uh, cooperative and conversational. Yet you saw behind his eyes, he had there was more there that he just wasn't saying. Like he would say and talk superficially, but he never got really deep and shared a lot about his own life. Um, but he just wants to reach out and say thank you very much for caring for him and thinking about him. And he knows that you were always on his side and never like I don't know if some people had I don't know like maybe he made somebody mad in the family or something, or maybe he chose a different lifestyle and some people didn't like that. Like you were always on his side, no matter what he did, where he went, you were always on his side. And when you guys were growing up, you two, he knew that you had an open mind and an open heart and that he could trust you. You were not judgmental towards him, is what he wants to say. So it took me a while to get there. Okay, so she said, not sure he worked on building freeways. Okay, yeah. He just said environmental toxins. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, when I tuned into Cousin Mike, I saw him all as kind of a, a little bit of a stocky guy, not huge or anything. And but he was all kind of dressed up like going to the beach. And he had the life jacket on and he had the glasses and the hat and he had a paddle, and there were little floaties and stuff around, but he was on the shore. He wasn't moving out. I couldn't get him out into the water. So I don't know if if when you were kids you went to a lake or a pool or something or played together that way, or if he's just saying be prepared, be prepared, have all the stuff you need for when you take that journey, when you're out on the water. um, and to be safe, or he'll be there to help you stay safe, or whatever. But it's like preparation is a big part of this. Whatever phase of your journey you're in, the preparation is a big part. Oh, and when I first saw him, he was holding a paddle, and because my mind is up in the air, I couldn't figure out, well, that's not a kayak paddle and it's not a canoe paddle. I think it was a paddleboard paddle, because there was only he was
The
paddleboarding.
day before he passed, he was boarding. Oh my God. That is
Okay.
amazing, Joan.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
That's what
what.
he's trying to tell you.
Okay, yeah, he was out on the paddleboard, and I couldn't see it, and then I thought, "Well, paddleboard, you're more in control there," or what, I don't know. So that's what he was saying, and anyhow, as far as cards go, I got the flicker. New rhythms are coming into your life. You're encouraged to trust and adapt. So changes might be coming, but you can handle it, is kind of what he's saying. And that love will find a way. That's the symbol of balance. Oh, and the
Oh,
balance over the water for paddleboarding. Wow.
wow.
Okay, good. Well, he knew that I loves paddleboarding too. So I hope that I think Gene had more information, but he definitely came through for both of us to just say he loves you.
Well, that nailed it. That was the definite the connection, to the validation.
Yeah.
And Amanda says, "Fabulous."
Yay!
No. I love when you guys all know when we get right into that pocket. Um, okay. I said Sonia, I believe. I didn't write
Okay.
it down for some reason. Okay.
49. Wow, that's young to go. Okay.
Um, yeah, so Sonia says if time allows, um, message from spirit guides and angels for me, but if timing is right to move this year, that's what she wants to know from them. And then after Sonia is um Stephanie and Stephanie. Let's just go there and see what time it is. After Sonia is Stephanie.
I'm going to.
Me too.
Yeah. So this is Sonia. Is the time right for her to move this year? Yes. In the first half of the year? No. In the second half of the year? Okay. In the in the third quarter? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Took a long time, but it says yes. How about in the fourth quarter? October, November, December. So I'm thinking toward September, October, November, that later part of the year, in the fall or winter is what I'm getting. What did you?
Thank you, Carol Berner. Thank you so very much. It was
sweet.
very generous. Oh my gosh. Thank
Lease
you
is up
very
in
much.
August. Okay, so the lease is up in August. That makes sense. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. Joan, you nailed it. Wow. Could she be out and moved by then? Can you go month to month, Sonia? I was getting later too. It wasn't, but is there a friend that you can stay with until you can find your next place? It looks like you're out of there, Sonia. Looks like you're out of there around that time. And if they can do an extra month, it might be re-sign and break the lease. Yeah, but I don't. That's a lot of extra charge.
Yeah.
Like they almost charge you for the whole year. They almost charge you for 3/4 of the year when you do that. I don't know if there's fine print and tells you what to do. Um, I would ask them first
Yeah.
if they can do month to month.
Will Sonia find what she needs and be able to make the move on August 1st? Would it be preferable for Sonia to stay month to month for August and September? That's what I'm kind of getting, yeah. Well, we wish you luck. I hope.
I think that okay. I would stay where you are for now. I mean, not I would, but the energies are favorable for you to stay because it's more certain, more that there's too many unknown factors, too many variables out there for you to move by August and get a new place and be settled. You know what I mean? I think you should, and not should, but if you knew where you would be going right now, or if you could stay with a friend or family member for a couple of months, but you said you can't because of that of a program. But I think re-signing would be the safest. And if you find another place before then, I think at that time it would be when you would decide whether or not to break the lease, for this place. You'll know. But I don't see you like out of there sooner rather than later. I see you out of there later rather than sooner. Sorry. All right, Sonia, thank you so much. And Carol, that was so very sweet of you. Thank you so very much. It was very generous. Thank you. Okay, so next is Stephanie. And after Stephanie, I see Anita K. Stephanie says, I would love a message if there's time. Okay. I guess a spirit guide message, right? So I feel like Stephanie, you have a lot um, going for you and working in your favor right now. And you're wondering where to balance, where to tweak, where to improve, where to trim down. Like you're working on fine tuning what you have going on right now. So there's like, four major food groups, let's say, work, life, hope, love, whatever it is, and health, or, whatever the major groups are. So you've got a lot working in your favor right now, and you're just looking how to enhance it, how to develop it, and how to maintain it, and put meaning towards it. You're looking for meaning. There's a lot of people looking for meaning. Um, I know. Go ahead.
Okay. And what I was getting is exactly that. I just kept getting all these different images of bringing things together, interest areas, friends, whatever it is. I kept saying the first thing I heard was harmonize what you already have going on, different aspects of your life. And then they showed me weave them together. And then they showed me someone like braiding something. It's like, okay. So it's like different strands of your life. Maybe these friends need to meet these friends and do, take them to something that you enjoy from this aspect of your life or whatever. But then I started to draw cards and got the Three of Cups. And what do we have? The three arms kind of woven together, and joyful and happy and celebration. And that's a wonderful thing. So it's like each of those people are coming together, and it's even better when they're all together. Then I got the vulture that's saying, accept of the inevitable and let go of the past to welcome a rebirth. So by bringing these things together in a new way, you're making something new. It doesn't have to just be three separate things or whatever. And then Archangel Jophiel said, it's time to create. And when I was talking earlier about harmonizing different aspects, weaving together, it was friends, interests, ideas. It's like you're going to have this idea about how to bring various aspects of your life together to really take it all to a next level and have it more fun. To
She
balance my
says,
time.
I'm trying to balance my time in a healthy way and take better care of myself in general. So I think that's, and when Joan was saying about braiding and integrating all of the aspects of life together is balance.
Yeah.
And she says, I've come to accept my energy levels go up and down. It's not unlimited. Yeah, I know. I know. And that comes in with balance too. It comes
Yeah.
in with balance too. Yep. Good for you, Stephanie. Good for you. Thank you very much for your question. Anita K is next. And after Anita K, I see Doug Kirby. And we'll try and make sure we have time. But Anita K says, see things early in the morning before I've opened my eyes, and it's hard to make sense of. So when I saw this, Anita, I immediately felt that it is not always important to make sense of it. What it is that just that you're receiving the message, or receiving understanding that you're getting something, understanding that there's communication going on, and that they want to make sure that they're not they, but it's you, for you to realize that there's more going on in the astral realm, or in your dream state, or in your consciousness. Is It's almost like an awakening. They're like saying, let's send her some pictures, let's send her some ideas. Let's It's like a gentle awakening, Anita. And it's not always meant to make sense. It's just meant to notice. And when you notice, you're like, huh, there's really more to this world, more to this universe than what's it just in this world. And it's almost to open your eyes, make you inquisitive, and expand your awareness. How about you, Joan?
Anita, when I tuned in, I heard an old song from my parents' generation, I think. And it goes, you with the stars in your eyes. And I don't remember the rest of it, but that part came through very clearly. So they're kind of putting stars in your eyes. They're kind of, and then my crown chakra lit up. So they're kind of putting stars in your eyes. They're, as Jean was saying, just kind of making a connection. And they're doing, when I went to the cards, I got the Eight of Pentacles. So it's like this workmanship stuff. They're slowly kind of helping you develop these skills, and so it's just kind of to recognize it and say thank you. And I got the wren too, that is this wonderful little bird, and it says, be bold and confident, use all of your resources to create your dreams. So they're using your sensory resources, and working with your dreams to kind of help you get used to this, and allowing you to grow in this way. So I hope that made some sense. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, stars in my eyes, in your eyes. Um, there was something else that was coming through. One second. Um, and if you would like, you can just say, spirit guides and angels, if there was an important message, please bring it to me again, and make sure and make it clear so I can remember it, or validate it for me in your wakened state when you're walking around. That's what I dreamt last night, that on the side of that milk truck, or I know they don't have milk trucks anymore, but whatever it is that you see, if it reminds you of what you saw, then that's like a validation. But just ask them. And you can also just take a few minutes, even now, even if it was a few days ago, and tune in yourself, and just take a few deep breaths and focus, and say, if there's an important message from those images that I received in the morning, please bring them to me now. And you can write down what you get, and just start. And I think it's just an invitation to connect. I really do.
And she has a little reply here.
The last time I saw what looked like concrete room with a bed on the floor and clothes and a blanket piled in the corner. Oh, you mm, it could have been a dream, and you were still bringing in information from a dream.
What did that mean, Spirit? Yeah, and I kind of feel like it might be, what came to mind was that you might be feeling like you're trapped in this room, but they're encouraging you to open the door, and that kind of to open the door to your subconscious, to kind of free your spirit, not your spirit, your abilities.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks. Thank you very much, Anita. Thanks for that follow up. And Doug Kirby, I think that you should still be here. You just mentioned you just came in a few seconds ago.
Okay.
And Doug says, "Can I get a message from Spirit, please?" Yeah, thanks. I I'm just hearing that spirit guides want you to know that you're okay. That the decisions that you've made so far, I feel like you're either tossing around a decision, or regretting a decision, or feeling burdened by a decision. And they want you to know to trust yourself and to let it go. That you did the best you can with the information you had, and or you will do the best you can with the information you have. I don't know if it's a decision coming up or a decision past, but there's either, I just feel like you're mulling it over, and I can't tell if it was from the past or in the future, but there is a decision that you're mulling over, and it's almost like it's churning, and you're sort of reviewing it over and over. and they just want you to know it's okay. Whatever the decision is that you either made or make is okay, to trust yourself. And I feel like that's like an analysis paralysis. And it's really rare that I can't tell if it's past or future, just because it's something that you keep mulling over. But they're saying to try and let that go, try and lessen it, and say, spirit guides and angels, please take this from me. I don't want to, have it ruminate over inside of me anymore. I want to be able to release this. And you're okay. There's nothing to be worried about. There's nothing to be concerned about. And I do feel as though you have an amazing thirst for knowledge and connection and spirit guides, and you're looking for that adventure. And they're saying that it's important to let go of these things and keep it fun, keep it light, and that brings your energy up. How about you, Joan?
Yeah, when I tuned in, it was sort of like the beginning of Miami Vice. Shot from above, I'm seeing a big speedboat taking a big corner. And so it's like a lot of power, and it's making this turn, not a full 360, but it's turning in a new direction. And Doug is saying that he is hoping to retire by summer. So I think it's like, yeah, there's a lot of power behind this decision. It's a gradual turn, but it's turning in that direction. It was turning to the right, which means forward, yeah. And when I pulled, yeah, and it was made very smoothly. And I got the King of Swords, and that is kind of like what Jean was saying, that swords are all about being up in your head, the logic, the analysis, and maybe a little bit of analysis paralysis, but this is the King of Swords. This is a big, big decision. And I think you can trust that you have put all the thought into it and all the analysis, and now it's like trusting that it's all going to work out okay because you've done the legwork on it. And then I also got the Heron from the Feathers deck, let go of convention and follow your own unique path. So it might, your way of making this decision or of doing retirement might be a little different than others, but if it feels like, you've done the homework on it, I think you can trust your feelings on it. And then from the Archangel deck, I got Return to Source. Once this period of indecision and back and forth is done, you're going to be very, very happy and in the right spot.
Yeah, and I think I was feeling what you're feeling, Doug, because I couldn't tell past or future, and you're sort of two minds. You were planning on it, but now you're like, should I keep going on my plan, or should I? And I feel like going forward on your original plan, and I don't see you retiring. I mean, I see you retiring from whatever it is that you're doing right now, but I see you continuing and having a hobby where you make money. And I think you already do that. You have something else that you like to do, and that you're not going to stop. You want to move on to something else, something that you enjoy, and something that is, I see you keep going. I see that something else comes up, and you are all busy. And you're going to really enjoy yourself. It's going to be an adjustment. So you just make sure you give yourself some grace during those first, 6 to 9 months at least.
Yeah.
But you're going to want to keep yourself busy for sure. All right. Well, I thought that was an Sonia says, congratulations,
Yeah.
Doug.
Retirement's the best job you'll ever have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And man, I saw that churning. You must be beside yourself. Churning, churning, and churning and churning. But it's not an easy decision, and you're going to be fine. And trust yourself is what, the overall message was. But thank you for coming by, Doug. It was nice to see you. You're very welcome. Thank you to everybody who came by today and was so very welcoming and in the chat and helping us with the feedback. We really appreciate it. And thank you, Wisdom Seeker Joan. I love doing readings together with you. And nice job on that paddleboarding, right? Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Jean, and thanks to everybody who came. This is really a fun day.
It was. Happy Magic Monday, everybody. We will see you again next time. Bye-bye now. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.